Georgia, the home nest for the Hawks. It's an interconference matchup right here. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. You look at Portland, this is an important game for them.
Let's go, you're up.
My time.
Here's Lillard. 17 points for him last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Filling out the wings, it's Matthews and Batum. Chris came in out there with Thomas Robinson. And it's Lillard in at the point.
Damian Lillard, a scoring point guard, great three-point shooter.
Coming onto the floor for your Hawks.
And of course, hit probably the biggest shot of the playoffs last year, that game winner that ended the series against Houston.
Here's Teague. Here's Millsap. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Really getting after it on the offensive boards, adding to his early total with that putback.
Lillard against Teague. Kaman, a screen on Teague. Lillard dishes to Kaman. Over in the corner, Batum. Portland moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Three from Matthews. Rebound, Atlanta. They traveled to Portland last time they faced the Trailblazers and came away with the win.
And you guys remember that game. They got to the free throw line repeatedly with their aggressive play, and getting all those easy points at the foul line was the difference.
Lillard against Teague. And blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
Let's quickly take a look at some stats for Damian Lillard. What a run he's had. The past few weeks have been just tremendous for him. Averaging about 19 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds. And the numbers are pretty outstanding. I mean, we've come to expect it from him.
Well, he always impresses, Steve, with the work ethic, stamina, consistency. It's what the best players strive for and produce.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Elton Brand's checked in for Horford. Mike Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for DeMarre Carroll. And it's Dennis Schroeder in for Jeff Teague. And if your ball handlers and big men, Clark, can draw contact and sink those free throws, maybe you're all set.
That's always a game within the game, Kevin. Consistently getting to the free throw line and knocking them down.
Schroeder passes to Scott. Here's Hendricks. Rebounded by McCollum. Portland leading. Passes it to Blake. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first. There's a screen by Robinson. Blake kicks to Robinson. Right side Robinson, but he stays with it. On the wing, Batum. Blake kicks to McCollum. A floater. Atlanta with the rebound. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Yeah, that was a strange game. Very shaky defensive performance by their opponent, but hey, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, I go along with that. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard as they should have.
And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter.
Tune in this Saturday night, January 31st. Michael Carter-Williams and the Philadelphia 76ers take on Paul Millsap and the Atlanta Hawks. Live.
And the second quarter getting a new group on the floor. Portland also making some changes. Matthews comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Steve Blake.
You know, the issue really with Atlanta this year and moving forward isn't that they're a bad team. They've just been kind of stuck in that middle road of mediocrity. They're competitive, play hard, and they're hoping to find a way to get to the next level now.
On the floor for Portland. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Thomas Robinson is out there with Joel Freeland, and it's Matthews in at the small forward. Teague dishes to Carroll. And the pass to Hendricks. Kicks to Carroll. Unloads from 13. That one off the back iron and out.
And with Atlanta, as you said, for a while now they've been a playoff caliber team, but making that next step into the elite class of the East has been hard.
And Lillard kicks to Matthews. Pass to Freeland. Here's McCollum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 55 seconds left in the second quarter. And some of it, Clark, for Atlanta making the jump is personnel. It's never easy to get a franchise player without a high draft pick.
And in that sense, Kevin, they are a bit in danger of becoming a treadmill team, but they have a good base right now, and I think they just need to continue to keep adding talent and have the talent they have continue to develop.
Lillard, the pass to Freeland. Back to Lillard. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Lillard's got 11.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. And it's 8 points for Teague. Looking at Portland, they took a win in their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And a very confident performance offensively, I think, guys, is really how this team clicks. I mean, when they're communicating and executing, sharing the ball, they're tough to beat.
And, Steve, you got to love that kind of performance on the road. I mean, to be a great team in the NBA, you have to be able to have that kind of performance in the other team's building. Really solid.
And the first half ends in a close one. Trailblazers out in front. They're up by...
Well, Damian, a great first half for you. Plenty of intensity out there. For someone as friendly and charismatic off the court as you are, what gives you the ability to bring such intensity and competitiveness to your game the moment you step between the lines each night?
I think it's just the Oakland in me, really. I'm sure a lot of people know about the past Oakland point guards with Gary Payton, Brian Shaw.
Okay, guys, we got a few minutes here. Let's go over a few things before we get going again. I'll say this. We kept a very tight handle on the basketball, and that's something I always like to see. The fewer turnovers, the better, obviously. Keep your heads on a swivel out there. But we've shot the ball.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. We're seeing... And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Elton Brand's checked in for Horford. Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for DeMarre Carroll. And it's Schroeder in for Teague. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. Blake comes in for Damian Lillard. They've got Sefolosha. Kyle Korver is out there with Schroeder. Then there's Scott, and it's Brand in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Matthews, no good. Captain Clutch, he's checked in for the Hawks. A chance to check out the shooting guards across the NBA that have averaged the highest number of assists over the last month. Fifth, Wesley Matthews.
And what that group has a great understanding of, importance of ball movement. They can really all create their own shot, but they're superb setup men as well.
You know, I enjoy seeing that mindset in the shooting guard where basically he's saying, I'm going to attack at all times, but if it's not there for me, I can drop a dime on you just as easily.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Thomas Robinson, once the number 5 pick in 2012, but he's bounced around a bit in his young career. He said, I'm not going to play the victim. I'm a grown man. I didn't come into the league with the right mindset, but it's a good thing. It matured me as a person. It humbled me. I just have to play with emotion and make people know I'm on the court. Guys?
Yeah, with his hard-charging style of play, it makes sense. Thanks, Doris. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown.
All right, you're up.
Oh, yeah.
Millsap comes in for Scott. DeMarre Carroll's checked in for Sefolosha. And it's Korver in for Dennis Schroeder. And then for the Trailblazers, Wesley Matthews checked in for Robinson. And Lillard subbed in for Steve Blake. On the 4 for Portland. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Matthews out there with Batum. And it's Kaman in at the center position. Lillard misses.
This this has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Eldon Brand's checked in for Horford. Cephalosha comes in for DeMarre Carroll. Captain Clutch, he's checked in for Kyle Korver. And Max subbed in for Jeff Teague. Hawks have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. They set the screen. Brand dishes to Cephalosha. Passes it to Hendricks. The 8-footer. And it's in off the backboard. Young players often struggle in their first NBA action, and he was no different, just couldn't quite keep up with the pace at times.
And, you know, that's something that will get easier as he sticks around. I mean, the team did come out with the win, though, and he was able to be a part of a winning game, so that's positive.
Well, Portland, Oregon is a very different kind of NBA town. A popular motto around here is keep Portland weird. So sort of counterculture that the fans and the citizens in Portland embrace. But it's a one-team town, and the fans have always shown incredible support for their beloved Blazers. Well, the old days of the dollar-for-dollar luxury tax are gone. The new, more punitive luxury tax really changing the way the league does business. Teams like the Knicks and the Lakers and Celtics, high-revenue teams, they're not nearly as willing to go into that tax anymore. So it really has kind of leveled the playing field.
Cephalosha passes to Hendricks. It's hauled in by Freeland.
He's far too tentative in the paint, and even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time. And we head to the final buzzer in a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. This will go in the books as a really gaudy win for the Hawks.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And so checking out their record tonight, that'll mark win number 32 overall.
And a one-sided season series this has been. I mean, in the final game of the year between these two teams, they do everything necessary to finish up with a 2-0 record against the Trailblazers.
Portland's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Leonard kicks to Blake. The dish to Freeland. Here's Claver. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Yeah, no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Matt gets a screen from Hendricks. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Paul, congratulations on this win. It seemed like this game was getting away from you at points. What does the team...
Well, I'm sailing.